Oh, that was so quick. They didn't even give us time. Hi, everybody. See the Jack Eye, and we're here to talk about episode 4 of Hawkeye.
Okay.
Oh man. I mean, you got the theme down pat. See, I didn't get the memo, but here you are. You got the sweater. I got the white sweaty shirt. So I think I'm doing something right. But yeah, I mean, get into some of these before we go into the show. I mean, you did a really cool poll early in the day because we want to let the
Yes.
fans to be a part of this.
So, if you're watching, just don't forget to leave us a like. And if you follow us on Instagram, you could be a part of the show via choosing what we drink during our wind downs, right? So, we had a little story poll, right? Said, hey, what do you guys want us to drink for tonight's wind down?
Yeah.
One option was Moscato, one was Fireball. You guys split it right down the middle.
So here
So,
and so here we are with me with the fireball.
and me with the Moscato. Look at God.
Mm. I'm not gonna lie, that's why I'm already sweating now. The fireball is like kicking in immediately. So if I melt away, it's because you guys voted for a fireball. But
Right.
episode 4 of Hawkeye. I mean, like, let's get into it. I thought this was a really good episode.
Let's get into it. So it opens up immediately where we left off, right? So it's Hawkeye. He's at knife point with Stepdaddy Jack. Stepdaddy Jack got him. And it was pretty much like, hey, what are you doing here? Giving very much Zorro, like we said in earlier episodes.
Zorro.
Like, there should be a poll. He should play Zorro, and I would be here for it, right? But anyway,
He would, and you know what I think it is? Not even just the mustache, his accent. Like I think
yes,
I agree. That was yeah, I
he
agree.
could do Zorro. Yes, if you think he can do Zorro, let us know in the comments. But we'll get it going a fan cast. So anyway,
Fantastic. There we go.
so as he's got him at knife point, like, hey, what are you doing here, right? Kate comes up to him, oh no, don't do it, yada yada yada. Mom's also there, and I'm like, how did they not hear them? But I forget. This is a rich bitch, so this house is bigger than what we think it is. She's in the west wing, she's in the east wing. Nobody knows what's going on, where's the west, right?
They can't hear because someone's on this side. It's like it's such a far. It's almost like being in the forest somewhere. I get what you mean by that. Yeah.
Yes. So Kate comes and stops Stepdaddy Jack from, slicing through Hawkeye. At which point, Mom's like, what's going on, right? So they all sit down at like a dinner table. I don't know where the heck
Yes.
it is, right?
Yeah.
And Kate is trying to explain to Streetwise Mom like what's going on. She's like, hey, I'm working with the Avengers. We're on a special mission. And Mom's like, what? Right. So then Hawkeye's very much trying to be like, look, no, we are not partners. We are not
He's
working
so
on
chill with it. He's so chill with it. He's just so yeah. No, we're not friends. We're not partners. We're not here. We're just trying to solve something. And when he says at the end, like, I guess we're partners because it sounds weird.
that a grown man is hanging out with this 22-year-old. Yes, it does sound weird. So he needs to go roll with the story, right? So Mom was like, okay, well, I'm looking on my iPhone or I'm looking on my phone and it's saying, hey, somebody just logged in from my work computer trying to do X, Y, and Z. And they're like, you want to explain this, right? And that's when Hawkeye was kind of forced to go along with the story, in order
Sure.
to kind of rationalize them sneaking on her work computer, right? So long story short, Case Mama, Streetwise Mom, she's like, hey, let me show you out pretty much. Really classy way of saying, look, you got to go, right? But let me show you to the door because I got something
With
to
so
say.
much. Yes.
So she gets Hawkeye to the door and she pretty much tells him, like, yo, this is my daughter. She's
Mhm.
not an Avenger. She's not a superhero. I know you lost people. I've lost people as well.
Mhm.
And, this got to stop, right? Whatever's going on here, it ain't about to keep going on, right?
I was gonna say she said a stinger when she said, "Yeah, but Black Widow was good, wasn't she?" And I said,
Hmm.
"Ooh," and I mean, that was a low blow. I mean, Mom Dukes was sitting there. You call her Streetwise Mom, I call her Savage Mom because I mean
Yeah.
that was a low blow. I mean, everyone knows the connection between uh, Hawkeye and Black Widow. For her to say that, I said, "Wow, that's some ballsy shit."
Yeah. And I'm like, She knows exactly where to hit, like you said. This woman
Oh my goodness,
knows
yeah.
what to say. And what I thought was interesting, right? So she tried to like
Mhm.
level with him. She was like, "Hey, you have kids, right?" And he just didn't say nothing because he's a shield agent. He keeps silent when he needs. He doesn't need her to
He's
know all
trained
his
for that.
information,
Yep,
right? So
yep,
I thought
yep.
that was interesting. But so he gets on the elevator because again, I can't stress enough how rich these people are. They don't have stairs; they have elevators in their home, and
I'm not gonna
he's
lie, you saying that out loud just make me sound poor. Like, I mean, because I walk upstairs just to leave the house. So hearing you say there's an elevator now, I'm
it's
just
an
like, man,
elevator that goes straight up into their home. It's not even, it goes into a hallway where you got to go and
right? Yeah,
unlock
yeah.
the door.
Like the elevator is really in their house. Can't express that enough. But it's funny because I do feel like you were talking about theories, and I know you love your theories. I don't want to just hop over, but it made me think about someone because she makes a call later to
Yeah.
somebody.
Who?
Dude,
Do you
I
think
can't,
it's Elaine?
huh?
Do you think it's Elaine? Elaine from
Oh,
Seinfeld.
right. See, I didn't even think her. I'm still wondering if there's anything. I really do. Now, I didn't
With who?
think that that's a
Kingpin?
yeah. I still think some more Kingpin. Um, Earlier this week it was revealed Daredevil was going to be in the MCU, and I'm hoping that somehow that Kingpin is in there. But I didn't think that. That's interesting. You say that. That's such an interesting. I
Oh.
never thought that. I forgot all about Elaine. But
So yeah, she
everybody
does make a
who's
call to
watching,
someone though.
yeah, that call, and I mean, but it goes to your theory because you're like, well, is mom on it? I think she is. I think she knows more than what she's like. Look, Jack is a piece of crap. I know it.
Is
Like,
that a Jack?
yeah, listen. It's in the name, so you can tell he's a piece of crap, right? But
Hmm.
mom, you kind of give a pass. You're like, oh, she make her oatmeal cookies. Nah, mom's about the street. She's about that Tupac life. So I don't know. I think she knows more than what she's letting on.
Because she's
Hmm.
something's fishy about this whole family. That's all I'm gonna say. Something's fishy about the whole family, and I ain't feeling it, right?
Hmm.
So, um, he gets in the elevator. He goes and he like moves things aside and like as far as his jacket, and he's stolen back the
His sword. Yeah, he's
he
back his
has
sword.
stolen back his Ronin sword.
Good.
And while he's doing that, he's sending a text to someone named Laura. And at first I was like, who the fuck is Laura? But it's
That's
his
his wife.
wife.
That's his wife. Oh
Who
my
knew her
god.
name was Laura? Did you
I
know?
did. Yes, I did. That's why I'm laughing at you because you're like, hey, who the hell is Laura? Meanwhile, it's the woman he's been married to for years. But
How am I supposed? She was gone for 5 years in the snap. I don't know her. The
it's
very
fine.
few.
It's fine. If said Velma, you would have remembered. And I get you. I
Should have said
understand it.
Velma.
Should have said Velma. But yeah, no,
Yes.
his wife. But his wife though, like she's with the shits too.
Yes.
What?
Yes. Which makes me wonder
Mhm.
where and when did they meet? Is there a story behind here? Is she like, shield agent? Is she
Ah,
giving something, right? She's giving more than just the average gal. But
I think they did meet on in that kind of way because right, she knows a little too much. I mean, even later on, I don't want to just like keep hopping over things, but even stuff where she was speaking another language just so because obviously to keep the kids out, but the kids are so smart.
mhm.
But yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think that like where did they meet? But she's with the shits.
Yes, she is. So he goes off, and instead of going home and instead of going to a hotel, he goes back to Auntie's house. Auntie's still none the wiser that people are like, squatting at her home. And and Laura, wife Laura tells Hawkeye like, look, put your feet up, ice your
Yeah,
wounds, because again, he's a regular human,
right.
and he's a older guy at that. Like he's middle aged. He's got to get his bumps and bruises
But
together.
I love this detail. I love the detail in that kind of stuff though, because like you said, I mean, I think I said it one of the early episodes, but seeing him like get the what was it like the frozen slushies on his body, wrap it
Yeah, the
up.
product placement, and
Oh my
yes.
gosh, yeah, for real. Because I'm not gonna. And I need to go get one.
Oh, one of those frozen pina. They
Oh
look
yeah,
good. That's what I'm
they
telling
are
you.
good.
Auntie's off on a cruise somewhere. She's living her best life. She's, the fun aunt. She's got all the stuff.
Oh, you can
So
tell she's
yeah,
the front
Auntie's
art.
cool with me.
You can tell she's the fun art because it looked like all she does is drink.
Yeah, she got all those posters in her house. But we'll get to the posters. So as
Yeah.
Hawkeye is icing his wounds, Meanwhile, Kate
Mhm.
is having like this like little discussion with mom's. Mom's talking about, hey, we got a fundraiser coming up or some kind of party coming up,
Right.
and they have this moment with stepdaddy Jack, and it was like really humanizing, right? He's sweeping mom off her feet. They're
Yeah.
dancing, and Kate seeing that they're like actually like maybe really in love,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was a really kind of touching scene because you're like, maybe
You
he isn't that bad. What's going on here? I
it
don't
made you
know.
right. It made you kind of go. He's a piece of crap. But
Mhm.
I mean, but even still, when you watch it and you see Kate kind of like start to become a little bit more open to like maybe mom's happiness is what's best because
Yes.
when she saw her dance, she was blown away by the whole. She was blown away by the whole like. Because at first she said, "Nah, mom, don't do that." He said, "Well, I beg to differ," and then danced to Chestnut to Open Fire, one of my favorite Christmas songs. And you see them dancing and doing all that stuff, and you see her like kind of smiling. And even it was a really cute moment here was when Jack he always tries to say like quotes like life
Hmm.
is too short or something like that, but he always mixes it up. Like he'll say something like
Yes.
life is too short and you have an old heart or something. I didn't write the actual dialogue of what he said, but it was funny to see Kate because Kate don't like this guy. I mean, episode one, Kate tried to kill this dude. Kate tried to kill this dude with the sword.
So
Mhm.
yeah, she definitely doesn't like him, but he does
But
get
seeing
the
her,
the sayings mixed up,
seeing her like like in that kind of frame.
warming up to him.
Yeah. Hmm. Hmm.
So back to Hawkeye. He's, settling in for a night alone. And next thing you know, he gets a dial up at the front door. It's Kate. Because we said many a times, Kate is a little thirsty. Kate is a little thirsty for Hawkeye. She wants the D, but Hawkeye is
No,
used.
no, actually, she wants the arrow.
She wants the arrow for sure. She's even
Uh huh.
talking about the boomerang arrow. She wants that back to back type stuff. Anyway, right? So
This
she's in
this
there.
just went off the rails. This just went off the
But
complete
you know
rails.
what I was thinking?
Hmm.
Hawkeye is used to being around beautiful women, and Natasha,
Hmm.
Black Widow is very beautiful, and he's not,
That's it.
he doesn't think of,
No.
Kate in that way. But I'm feeling like she's, she's down for whatever, pretty much. But
Well,
we'll
yeah,
talk about that
she's
later.
you're nasty. See, keep going. This is just awful.
If you're watching, don't forget to leave us a like. Don't forget to take
Grab your
your
cold one.
shot.
Please
This
take
is a
your
wind down.
hmm. And we're talking about people's arrows.
Right. So she comes in, she's like, hey, I'm sorry, I know you're missing Christmas with your family, but
Mhm.
today's, we're going to make up for it. So she brings all the ugly Christmas sweaters, right? She
Yes.
brings the movies, the Christmas movies. They're having like a really,
Oh, such a
touching
beautiful.
moment. Yes.
Yeah.
But while they're doing this, right, they're also plotting their next move because Hawkeye discloses that, hey, you know what? You were right about stepdaddy
Stepdaddy.
Jack. Yes, because apparently the Sloan LLC is like a shell company for the
It's
Truck
like
Suit Mafia.
laundering. Yeah, I was gonna say they're laundering money or something like that, right?
Yes, So they're like, look, we got to find out some more information, but we also need to get our trick arrows back because they ain't making those, so you can't order them off of Amazon. We need them joints back. And so they come with the strategy that, hey, let's go back to the LARPers for whatever reason.
Oh, they're the real stars of this series.
Yeah, they are. I didn't think we were going to see them again, but here they are in episode
Yeah, they
4.
are. Episode 4.
And so he teaches Kate, before we get to the LARPers, he teaches Kate like this really cool trick shot
With the
type
penny.
thing.
With the
And I
penny.
can't wait until the Mythbusters come out and try to do this because I don't think this is really possible in real life. I was even trying to do it like the snap, and it seems like the quarter would angle itself down. But
Why did you even try? See was
I
drinking
love
before.
myth busting and theories. That's my thing.
I,
I said, let me
I
try this.
and totally annoyed. Listen, as soon as I saw that, I said, nah, because there was no way. Do I have a nickel? No, I don't. Okay, look, like the way he did it. Like, come
He
on.
was like did a snap or something. He did the Thanos.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, no, he took took a note from Thanos, but no, I don't think that's sincerely a real thing. That watch someone like I don't know, someone's gonna probably try it and prove me wrong.
There's
But yeah,
going to
no,
be some Mythbusters.
but it was a cool ass trick though, nonetheless.
It was really cool when he said he
Well,
could knock someone unconscious with it.
what it showed though, what it shown was how um he never misses. Like that's kind of his thing. He never misses. He never missed. Just a simple thing. Just before we went on air, I was watching like a clip from Civil War, and he said some over the lines about he did golf, but he never missed. So it's just a part of his gimmick where he just doesn't miss. He's just that skilled, that talented. It's in the eye. That's why he's called Hawkeye.
That's very true.
I'm giving him a little too much credit. I mean, I was
don't no. You're trying to take back his flowers. We will not do that here on tonight's episode.
Oh damn! All right, my bad.
So the plan is for her to go to the LARPers. Yes. And figure out where the trick arrows are, right? And this is the most unbelievable scene to me, even more so than the trick quarter and, you know, everything else in the episode. This was the most unbelievable part because the LARPers, according to Hawkeye, they're all, you know, firemen or LA or not LA, NYPD, right?
Right.
So she goes up to the LARPers who are police officers and pretty much says, hey, I'm friends with Hawkeye. And I need you to commit this crime via tamper with evidence and bring the evidence from the evidence room to me. And the LARPers, who are also police officers, are like, yeah, sure. Hey, yeah, what else you need? And she comes with no identification, no nothing. All she literally just walks up and says, hey, I'm with Hawkeye. And this is what I need. It makes no sense. So this lady's just risking her job for this stranger on the street. And did that make sense to you? Did I miss anything? Like
no, I didn't. I'm going to be quite frank. I didn't even think nothing of it. But here it is. You're bringing up the law. I didn't think nothing of it. I just sat here and said, oh, she asked these people and they trusted her. But I get what you mean, though, where you sit here and you go, oh, by the way, I didn't even think about the evidence part. But you go up to him and you go like, oh, by the way, can I get these arrows? Yeah, sure, no problem. No,
right. And this is a police officer. This is an officer of the law, and they're just like, "Yeah, sure, I'll break the law and risk my job for you."
You know, all these officers are not really all there. Not all there.
Yeah, I guess she met the one that wasn't. So
you go. What else we got?
So they were down with it. They were down. They said, "Yeah, we'll commit this crime, but you got to do something for us, right?" So she goes to the LARPer lair. And she gets fitted for this Renaissance costume. And that's when Hawkeye comes. I don't know why Hawkeye just couldn't do it himself. Like, I don't know if I missed something, because that would be more believable. If Hawkeye came and said, hey, I need you to do something, you'll be more likely to do it because he's an Avenger.
I think, right. I do get that part, because if he did it, like, they would say they already know his qualifications and all that stuff. So he's Hawkeye. So that's valid. I think one to kill two birds with one stone, because you got to remember in the other scene he went to the second guy in charge of the bros or whatever. It's hilarious, bros, and he went there and he pretty much told dude like, yo, Roman is dead. Tell your girl, yes, cut. We're just gonna call him Cut. I forgot his actual name.
Stepdad.
Listen, there's too many daddies in this show. There's too many daddies.
I can't keep up. Blame the writers. The writers.
I'm blaming
Kate
you.
Called him a daddy. Kate called him a daddy. It wasn't me. It was Kate.
This is getting off the hook. This is not even a review of Hawkeye anymore. It's a review of the daddies. But,
leave us alone. Drink your drink.
Drink your drink and tell us about your favorite daddy. Then people might just leave after hearing that. But but he pretty much interrogates him and tell Maya that Roman is dead, and this is the final warning. And I liked how the scene was actually really cool, because like he goes to reach his gun, Hawkeye got it. He goes for his knife, Hawkeye got it. And he said, oh, the box cutter, I got it. And he's sitting there saying, and the guy at the point was like, are we done? Like he's like, what are we done? And I gotta say, this was the most dangerous spot. This were two of the most dangerous spots in this freaking show. I live in New York. So when Hawkeye got his gun and he said, can I get my gun back? Hawkeye just throws it in the street. And that's dangerous, because you know what?
What?
People are nuts out here. That's what. So if someone see a gun like in the street, now not everyone's a good Samaritan. Listen, I'm not gonna lie. I love New York. But a lot of people out here is a piece of shit. So they see a gun and they start shooting up the place. I said, Hawkeye, oh my God, you're an Avenger. You know how dangerous that is. You know better. I thought that was wild. I thought that was very wild. I watched this episode twice, and when I saw it the second time, the first time I was like, Second time I really was like, This guy really threw a gun in the street.
Choices were made.
Listen, so you could we give Hawkeye all the credit in the world, but we could definitely take away intelligence away from him because that was not.
Don't
smart.
say that. Don't say that about my boy Hawkeye. Maybe he emptied it of the bullets. We do not know. He could have had that forethought. But my thing is, wouldn't it go off? Like, I don't know much about handguns.
Right.
But it seemed like right as soon as it hits the concrete.
Boom.
Right. We'll hope for the best, right?
Absolutely.
So long story short,
Yes.
the police officer who just committed a crime and now is about to lose her job. She comes with the trick arrow. She hands it over to Hawkeye after this debate of her bag, because it's a Louis Vuitton,
but that was
one of a kind.
That's what that was? I didn't know what that bag was. Oh, okay.
It wasn't.
Okay, you got me good there. I was like, wait, what?
Latest season,
My wife gave me this bag. I was like, oh. And here's Hawkeye's like, yeah, I'll return it back to you. I promise I'll return it back to you.
Mm-hmm. So they take it and they go to squat out this building. And we're like, okay, where are we? Apparently, this is the home of Maya, right? So Maya. And they're like, then Hawkeye is like, okay, well, how are we going to get in? I can get in about 3 minutes. He's surveying the place, figuring out the best exits. Meanwhile, King is already down, walking across the street.
White privilege. I just can't deal with her. I was really mad at this spot. I was really mad. I was like,
that's Kate. I told you I don't like Kate, man. There's something up with this girl. She's just too entitled for my liking.
Oh my goodness.
So she's always trying to get her way, and she got her way again. She just beat the count and went downstairs to try to get in this building. And instead of sneakily going in, which was the plan Hawkeye was about to put together, she decides, hey, let me help this old man with my groceries. No mask, no COVID mask, no nothing. I'm like, how was she supposed to conceal her identity?
That old man.
When she's just walking up.
That old man is done for. You're right. There was no mask, and he's already at liability.
He's high risk.
He's high risk. But but he was a smart old man, though. Let me tell you something about that old man. That old man said, yeah, when she took her bag, he took the bag, but yeah, I got it from here. She said, you sure? That old man was struggling with them bags.
That's because he's streetwise like moms. They from the same hood. That's why.
No, they're from the same area. They're from the 1930s. They don't trust nobody.
Don't you even say that about moms. Moms is still out here giving MILF. Don't you say that about streetwise, okay?
Whatever.
So she does get into the apartment and she sees these flashing lights and she's like panicking. So she puts the putty arrows in it. And while she's looking around for the watch, because that's what they're looking for, right? So we're turning back to the watch from episode 2.
Right.
Oh, and so she gets the watch, and as she's about to turn and leave, she notices a little notepad with Hawkeye and all his family information. She tells him hey, someone's keeping tabs on your family, right? And he's like, what? What's going on? And lo and behold, Maya just shows up like a thief in the night, like a ghost. Even though this is her own apartment, apparently those flashing lights were like an alarm system for the death. And a fight breaks out, and so her and Kate and Maya, they're wrecking in the building. And so she has a little headpiece with Hawkeye, and she's like, hey, yeah, Maya's here. And he's like, I know, I'm fighting her. So Hawkeye over there on the roof of another building
is fighting
someone who he believes is Maya. And she's like, no, Maya's right in front of me, my guy. And he's like, well, who the hell is this? So we shoot over to Clint,
who's on the roof,
aka Hawkeye. And he's struggling, he's fighting this girl, but he's holding his own. But this giant is
younger, more endurance. She's really outclassing him in a lot of ways.
Yes, and instantly, as I'm watching this, we all know. If you saw Black Widow, you already know what's going down.
Right.
This was revealed to be Natasha's sister.
Uh-huh. It was
I forget her name.
Sister. I forgot her name too. But when that fight was breaking out, right? I said, oh, they're really having her on right now. I don't know how many episodes are going to be, but I was surprised that they did it on episode 4. So
it's not that many. It's only going to be 6 episodes.
It's going to be 6, right? Okay, so they had to put her in now because then everything else would be
now or never.
Now or never. But I mean, I don't want to say she's kicking Hawkeye's ass. Like you said, Hawkeye's really putting his pieces in, but she's just really, I mean, because she's a trained in a whole nother way. Like, I think when it came to who's the better fighter between the two, which could be a poll later, I think Black Widow was the better fighter than Hawkeye. So I feel like her sister already, who have that same kind of training, she's able to just outclass him in a lot of ways. And also too, Hawkeye's older, like you said, older. He's banged up a lot. He's not this is Hawkeye. It's not. I feel like if he was Ronin, he might have stood up better because he had the sword. He was meant to kill. He's not really trying to kill this girl. He's just trying to like subdue her. But it was funny because as this fight was going on, so much was going on because like you said, Black Widow's sister, she's fighting, and when Maya's trying to she's fighting everybody. She don't care. She's like, I don't know you. I'm swinging. She's swinging at everybody. Kate, and here was another spot too. There was a gun. Someone had a gun. I think Maya had the gun. Anyway, the gun fell in like the middle of the roof, like because it's like the roof, and then the gun fell. I said, this is just dangerous. Like, because my biggest concern is some nut picked that gun up. But whatever, that's neither here nor there. I'm concerned about New York. I live here.
Who knows? They just throwing these guns all willy nilly this episode. But
this is ridiculous.
So it was revealed, and also we forgot to mention that Hawkeye is very much still having these regrets. Flashback about Natasha. He's there. They were best buddies, and he still feels like a ways about her death. So he hasn't quite gotten over that. And when
I was gonna say that scene early on when him and Kate were like bonding, and him reminiscing and talking about that, you can see that it still haunts him, and that's why he feels. Like how you said, like there's regret. There's this thing where he's like, I'm not no hero. Meanwhile, Kate is trying to up him up and say, like, dude, like everything you're doing, like that was the past, but what you're doing is incredible. I thought that was a really powerful scene. I mean, I don't remember everything quote by quote, but I thought it was powerful because you saw the because Clint is so closed off, right? He's very, very closed off. But for him to have that, let's say 2 to 5 minute period where that open period where he was just open and just letting Kate in, because he really was doing everything not to let Kate in. But I thought that was a really good scene.
Yeah, very, very touching. And it was when Kate kind of found herself, she escaped Maya's grasp. She goes and tries to zip line across to where Hawkeye is.
Oh, that's
she gets stuck, but eventually she makes her way over, right? And during the fight, Maya also finds her way over there. I'm a little, sketchy on how that happened exactly. I'm a little foggy on that.
She might have used the zip line. She might have used the zip line.
Yeah, she might have used the zip line as well. They're all fighting. It's like, 2 on 2. Everything's going on. And through the scuffle, Kate finds herself over the roof. Like she's falling to her death. But luckily, she still has like a little rope, hitch tie, rope thing. Dope.
Yes.
And Hawkeye tries to, catch her before she falls. And of course, PTSD from when Natasha was, he was trying to stop Natasha from falling. And so instead of pulling her up like she asked, he said, get out of here. Because one, he made a promise to her mother, like, look, I'm going to make sure she's not hurt, right? I can't stop the mission, but I can make sure your baby girl's not going to get in any more trouble, right? And also, of course, because of the Natasha thing. So he cuts her rope so she can kind of escape. But, because Kate is hard-headed.
That was still dangerous, though.
It was better than dragging her up. And by the time he dragged her up, he would have had a gun or a knife in the back or something.
Okay.
So Kate is entitled. Kate doesn't know.
White
She
privilege.
doesn't know. Yes, exactly.
White privilege.
She's like, I'm still going to fight. And so she makes her way back up there. And just in time, because she shoots some kind of trick arrow that kind of makes everyone dissipate. It's like some kind of weird noise.
It makes a noise. Yes.
Yeah. And this is the part that didn't make sense to me also. So she shoots Maya. Okay, I'm like, all right, yes, this is what needs to be done. Maya escapes. Then we get with Natasha's sister. She pulls off her little mask. We see who she is.
Yeah.
Kate don't know who this girl from Beans in the Grass, right? So she has the arrow pointing to her, about to shoot her. But then Natasha's sister gives like this little shake of the head, like no. And instead of shooting this trick like she should have, she stopped and let her get away. I'm like, why? I don't understand the hesitance. I would have shot
Right.
that bitch right in the chest.
Well, we're glad that you thanks for revealing that. See,
Because what was the reason? What
I
was
don't
the
know why.
reason to stop?
I don't know why she's, especially when you said there and say she didn't even know the girl.
Right, and she was fighting her hero, right? Her partner, as she likes to
Right, right.
call him. So why would I not shoot you just because you took your mask off and shook your head? I don't know you. You gotta die. That's what it is. Your team versus my
Maybe
team. You
maybe
lose.
this is the only thing I got on top of my head. It showed the rookiness of, like, she's a rookie at this. She don't know anything about it. She's not a superhero. Like, maybe Hawkeye would have made the shot, right? I mean, I don't know, because I mean, I think he knows
He
that
doesn't like hurting women.
yeah, he doesn't. Okay, so I take that back. He wouldn't do. I'm just saying someone who's experienced might have gone for the shot. Is what I'm trying to get at. Her, she's new to it, and she's like, maybe just stunned. Like, who is that? That even at after everything, she's like, who the hell is that?
Hmm.
I don't know.
And when he asks, Hawkeye's like, look, it's gotten serious. Somebody's called the Black Widows up in here. Like, these
Yes,
are assassins.
right.
It's done. No more partnership. I was, joking about it before, but now I'm serious.
Go
Done.
home.
Right.
Go.
And that was the episode. That was the end of the episode, guys. So what did you think, Jack?
I gotta say, I thought episode 3 was great, and episode 4 was really, really great. So I really enjoyed. I like what's going on. We said it's gonna be 6 episodes, so I'm excited to see what episode 5 is like, and bringing in Black Widow's sister. I think her name is Yelia. It begins with a Y. I'm
Hmm.
terrible pronouncing. And also, cheap plug, you can catch me and C. We reviewed Black Widow somewhere over the summertime. We reviewed that movie. It was fun. So
We may link it. We may link it in the description
absolutely.
after.
But I do sit here and say that bringing her into the mix makes stuff a lot more interesting. But
Hmm.
I hope that what with her being involved, Maya doesn't get lost in the, like, because Maya's a really cool character too. I've grown to like her alias. I don't know if she's a villain or a superhero, but it's Echo, and I
Hmm.
hope to see more of her because I think she's great. She's really honestly really great. She don't say nothing, and that's fine. I just she kicks ass. I understand that
Hmm.
she kicks ass. So I hope she don't get lost in the shuffle because yeah, Black Widow's sister. But great episode nonetheless.
I agree. I really enjoyed the episode. And if you really enjoyed this episode of us giving our wind down, don't forget to
Oh,
leave us a like. Don't forget to share with your friends,
do
and
that.
join us again this time next week when we talk about episode 5, hopefully with our trio member, Vic.
I know, right? Hopefully he'll be by a tree and we can just talk about Black Widow episode 5. But that's everything, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for choosing us to watch this review. And good night.
Bye. Bye.
Oh, the thing was